Hey, so, what's wrong? No, nothing. Um, I'm just in Starbucks right now in IFC. Well, I'm doing okay. I spent the whole day just sort of planning my week ahead and resting my neck. And today I have on only very light makeup. Not like, with no makeup on like I do at home. But I got a bunch of things done today, actually. I thought ahead on what I wanted to get done this week. And part of that is because I wanted to tell people how great these things are. These are like, sort of weekly planners. Except they're not just planners. They make you think about your goals and habits. And I got it from a store. And it's called PTK. And it's run by some lady who's like living in Australia, and I've actually even met her once. I met the CEO of this store that sells like pens and papers and like books, notebooks. I don't read the books she writes, but I've met her in person. I use her stuff, and it's pretty good. This one is particularly nice. And I don't like it because it's not pink, because I love everything that's pink. But this one is really nice because it tells me to talk about my top 3 goals for this week and how I will achieve them. This is not a good angle for my... Yeah, this is better. It tells me to talk about my top 3 goals for the week. So my top 3 goals are to rest my injured neck, keep going on my diet, it's just always, bikini forever. I just like, to look bikini forever. And then free up storage on my phone, because I've been recording some, videos, taking more photos, and I want to free up the space and then save it down. But when I save stuff down into my computer, I have to have everything organized perfectly. I have to categorize them so that 10 years later I can just look up stuff and find it right away. So these are my 3 big goals. However, they come with spaces underneath, so that you need to write down the things you need to do to achieve each of those 3 goals. So it makes me think more. It just makes me think more about the couple of things I have to do to stay the same. Things just stay the same during the pandemic until the pandemic's over. So things to do to stay healthy, to manage things, things I need to buy for my skin, keeping track of the online shopping I do, because when you do more online shopping, you have to beware of scams and places where you might, buy things, they come out looking, completely different from what you thought it was in the pictures, and then you need to remember never to buy from those places again. But the other thing I like about this, little ugly green piece of paper is that it at the bottom comes with the goals and habits tracker, which means, you see, first is your goal habit, and then it's the 7 days of the week, and then it's the reward you give yourself. So, if for example, my goal is to have 1 orange per day, then I check the box off. Each day I had, I did what I said I wanted to do, and then I remind myself what my reward is. And right now it's sort of just my little vacation time, because when nothing's happening is the only time I ever get to go do absolutely nothing, because after the pandemic, I just get to see my friends more, which means there are more partying as we always did before. So right now is kind of resting from my parties. resting from going to fashion shows in New York. I can't wait to do more traveling in London. Last week we were talking about Paris because it was the 14th of July, and my mom and dad are so familiar with Paris, and I really miss Paris, and I can't wait to go back to Paris. But right now, it's the pandemic, and you get used to it. There wasn't a limit on my credit card before the pandemic. Before I returned to Hong Kong to visit my mom and dad, the credit card that they gave me had no limit on it. I could just go shopping all the time, whatever I wanted. On top of before I used to have a job, now I don't work anymore. But so you can get used to life with limitations. Especially if you've never really had kind of things to call your own before. You can get used to this life. Or you can find that you would have to ask one of my daddy's banks to lend you money. I don't know what it is. Whatever it is, for me right now, my parents limit my credit card, which they never did before, and they promised they will never do after the pandemic. But I'm still quite happy. I'm still quite pretty. Today I came to IFC, which is one of my favorite shopping malls in Hong Kong, and I got beautiful things at Clarins. See what I got. I got the serum I actually need the most, according to my facialist Liz, who works there. She's exclusively with Clarins. She doesn't do facials for any other brand. But Clarins says this is important to me, the V-lifting serum. I always say it's the first facial serum I apply after my toners and acids. So I got that, and then I got serums for my eyes. The bags under my eyes can only be treated with the Clarins Total Eye Lift, so I got one bottle of that. Then I came to Starbucks. You get used to the life that you always had to live. You get used to the life you always had to live. If your parents cannot afford your high school tuition, you get used to the life that you always did live. It's not too bad. It's quite happy. Look at my little corner in Starbucks. I have my little clutch here, which I use as my wallet. I'm planning my week ahead, and this is what I wrote down for what I wanted to get done today. I got almost everything I wanted to get done, and nobody will ridicule you. Nobody has the time to worry about you, so nobody will ridicule you. At least I always knew, because maybe because I'm a little bit sweet. I never ever say swear words to anybody. My entire life, actually. I look like a party girl, which I am, but I never say the F word. I'm a party girl, but I never say the F word. And I guess all my life, especially the Harvard boys, but every kind of boy wants to chase me, and nobody talks badly in front of me. All the boys just behave really gentle to me. It's always been like that. I don't ask them to, and I don't train them to, but when they're around me, that's just how they behave. And it's not just boys, of course. It's with my girlfriends. We're all very nice. But I am the kind of girl that boys just behave so gently around. And I don't know why. Maybe it's partly because I appear very gentle. And although I do like to party, I am a party girl, but I never say swear words. And I never actually say the F word. I can't remember a single phone conversation where I said the F word before. And when boys are around me, which normally are only Harvard boys or, very handsome, very successful boys, or very good-looking boys. Who knows? When boys are around me, they're always so gentle, so well-behaved. But I don't train them. I don't tell them to do that. They just do. I don't know. It's just the way things are. But well, I've done my stretches. Thinking now about well, what to have for dinner, and then after dinner, gonna take my bubble bath, and then there are two Washington Post live programs. The first one is at 10, and it's hosting two Washington Post journalists who apparently co-authored a book, and both of them have won Pulitzer Prizes, and one of them is a New York Times bestseller. So I'm very interested in seeing what writers have to say. Of course, after all, I was an English major at Harvard. If you can believe, actually, I actually went to Harvard and everything. But it's very interesting. Then maybe if I can stay up till past midnight, there's something about diversity in the workplace. If you are interested in companies, then you want to understand how they stay diverse. I don't know. I mean, life is very enjoyable to me. This is the coffee bar I'm at. This is IFC. These are the people. And as long as I feel a little bit out of place, only because the people in Hong Kong simply, they don't look like me. I haven't met a single person from Hong Kong who looks the way I do. If they're Asian, they don't look the way I do. But I am Asian. I'm Asian. But that's okay. It's okay, I love living in many, many cities. And life is great. But IFC is one place in Hong Kong that I really will always like. I don't know. I mean, I like IFC because it's mainstream. If you want to get chocolates, there's a Godiva's downstairs. It's not random small things. You can rely on Godiva's if you want to have chocolates and you want to make sure they're good. Everything here is mainstream. Everything here is mainstream brands, and it's what I like. So, that's what I've been up to today. Then later this week, I'm gonna think of what to buy. So I'm thinking of buying an Alice McCall dress off either Farfetch or Forward.com, or maybe Net-a-Porter. I want to buy this Alice McCall dress, which is pink. It's beaded. It's sequins, but it's see-through. It's tulle. It's sheer, all the way down to the knees. But then, the skirt, the dress underneath only goes up to just underneath my bum, so it's very, very sexy. So I might get that, or maybe something nicer that I come across. I don't know. My outfit today is kind of boring because it's just a Tuesday doing errands, but just a loose top with white slacks, and then a pair of these shoes. Can you see? So I have these shoes, white slacks. Sorry, my arm's tired. A loose top. So when I'm sitting, it's just when I'm sitting, when I'm sitting down, I really do look like my daddy's little girl. But I also bring along something a little more interesting, because I have to be me, and I love fashion. So I wear a small jacket, or just a really short jacket, that accentuates my shoulders because my shoulders are too slender, yet these ones are structured. Then it's shorter than my top, but I don't care. It's a little bit cool. And then my flats are a little bit different. My flats they're just black and white checkered. But yeah, so I got those flats. These flats down here. I got them at Harvey Nichols. So yeah, Harvey Nichols is not too bad. I got a pair of flats there just 2 months ago during the pandemic. And actually before that I got a couple of nice flats from Harvey Nichols. Most of them were, I think, Badgley Mishka. Badgley Mishka, which I love. I love Badgley Mishka, especially their flats. You know, it's just completely studded. It's completely studded. When you wear a pair of flats, you want the flats to be very studded. And so I love Badgley Mishka, and I like to get them at Harvey Nichols. So that's what I'm up to. I have all these, look, I have all these colored pens that I buy from Kiki K. And then, well, the lady at Kiki K helps to plan my day because she makes me want to, well, help me go on a diet. Because they say if you want to go on a diet, you have to write down what you eat. And so that's why the lady at Kiki K has been very helpful to me, because without her beautiful stationery, I wouldn't be so inclined to want to write down what I eat. They say if you don't write down what you eat, then you cannot go on a diet. So that's what I'm up to. Oh, and on the other, oh, and here in IFC, by the way, over there is the Apple store, and then next to that is Manning's. Sometimes I buy things at Manning's. Today I got my magnesium and vitamin C from Manning's. Yeah, because I have to use the best brands.